97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock.
Hello, this is Michael Spedden, and thanks for joining us today on the 97underground.com Michael Spedden Interviews channel here on YouTube. There have been many requests from both listeners and guests for us to make available our artist interviews so they can listen again or share with others. You can find us on YouTube at 97underground Michael Spedden. Remember, the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, can be heard on 97underground.com every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Not only do I feature artist interviews, I feature songs you forgot you liked, classics that never die, beloved local, regional, up-and-coming, and underground artists. You can listen anytime, anywhere by downloading our free app from 97underground.com. Just do it. And now, today's episode. Today we interviewed Weed, the bassist for The Odd Even. They just released an album this past January 5th and are getting ready to kick off a spring tour. They'll be appearing at Henny Mac's on April 27th for an end-of-tour party. Enjoy the interview. And welcome back to the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. From the band The Odd Even, please welcome Weed. Welcome, Weed. How are you, bud?
Hey, good, man. What's happening? Thanks for having me.
You sent some material over to the station off of your album, The Darkness. This is your band's third album. I've been listening to this material here, and it's really, really good, and I wanted to have you on to talk about it. Good job on the album.
Thank you. Thank you. It came out at the beginning of January, and yeah, we're rolling. Got that thing out there and ready to go on tour to support it. So, yeah, good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So your band's been together a few years now. You had been working with E.T., your guitar player, for a good number of years in some other projects. Kind of tell us how this came to be, how you branched off into this.
Yeah, well, we met a long time ago. I mean, we've been playing multiple bands, probably 10, 12 over the years. A couple of years ago, he was playing in a reggae band. I was playing like in a funk rock band. And we got a call from a singer in a band saying he was playing hard rock and knew us from the scene, and wanted to see if we wanted to join the band. We checked it out and we decided to do it. That lasted, I guess, about a year. We were out on the road and stuff, and a very common story with rock bands. The singer got a little full of himself, and so we weren't really getting along, and we decided to take our toys and go somewhere else. We were writing a lot of the songs and stuff, and so we just moved on and started our own thing, and that was the beginning of The Odd Even. So that was back in 2019. We've been rolling ever since.
Yeah, that's really strange. You had a singer that got full of himself. I mean, that never happens.
It never happens. Never happens.
Yeah, especially coming from bass players here, right?
Oh man, yeah, it was tough. I mean, we just knew it was time to make a break. I mean, we were again writing most of the songs, and two of us have worked together forever, and we're like, this toxic relationship here is just not working out, so we had to move on.
That's such a hard thing to deal with sometimes. And the thing is, and I think really it's because when you're working on something, especially when you're creating something, and you have good chemistry with somebody and you're both putting parts in that make the thing awesome, it's great. But when you have the one thing that just ends up like a Jenga game, just derailing the whole thing, when it's something that you're creating and it gets derailed like that, it's kind of almost personal. It's hard to take that. You know what I mean?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it got to a point where it was beyond the creative stuff. I mean, we'd be on the road. He'd be complaining about everything in sound checks to the way amps sounded, where his water was placed. Like, I mean, it just got insane. It was time to go.
Yeah. It's sad when those things happen. And I've heard this from a lot of different acts that I've known and either interviewed or performed with even over the years. Sometimes the road brings out the worst in people.
Yeah. Well, there's no doubt about that. I mean, if you can survive that, you can survive anything. We went out in 2021, 6 weeks, 32 cities across the country. Yeah, like I said, man, if you can get through that, you can get through anything. So we knew that, after that, if we weren't sure that we were going to be okay and moving forward with this band, we knew after that tour. So.
Right. Well, it's good. That I guess that's the real test of everything. Not only working together to put this material out, getting it recorded, and that can get hairy too. The studio sometimes, and then getting it out on the road and everything, and you're able to get through that unscathed, or at least without, a couple of minor things happening. I think you've definitely got something, huh?
Yeah, and we try to, just from our experience, we try to limit sort of the input. I mean, there's kind of that thing, you don't want too many chiefs or bosses in the room.
Right.
So we pretty much, anybody we've had multiple people in this band that have come and gone for various reasons, and we just kind of said, hey, Et and I talked. We said if we can keep this together and we continue to do the writing and kind of set the direction, then as long as you get good quality people in around us, then we'll be in good shape. And that's how it's played out.
It really sounds like you do. It really sounds like you do. And we can talk about that in a second here. Why don't we roll one of your songs here? This song I really liked. It was called Another Nail. Tell us about that a little bit.
So we came up with a really cool groove. It's almost a little bit out of time. And as we were developing it, we kind of said, this is where we got to have like thunderous bass and drums and all that. The song is kind of about being honest with yourself and really kind of looking at finding a different place. If you can see your own shadow, you'll realize you should let go and go to a different place. And in the video that we made, it's really kind of, it's wild. It's about like a different space and time, whether that's on Earth or somewhere else. And it's just a good, upbeat, straight in your face rocker.
Great, great. Well, here it is. This is Another Nail by The Odd Even. really like that song. And again, kind of being a bass player too, my ears kind of go straight to the rhythm section whenever I listen to a song. And listening to all of your material, but particularly this one in particular, that rolling beat that was with this song, I really love what you were playing along with that. I think throughout the material that you sent me, as well as this song here, you've really made some interesting and good choices.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I love the sound that I got. I'm running a Les Paul bass. I've got a little bit of distortion on there. I'm running a couple different tracks, and it's huge. Frank Marchand, who we've worked with on all 3 records, helped us produce that, helped me get some of those tones. And then playing with Tasha was just, when we write, E.T. and I normally write, we come up with a riff or something, and then we build on the song. And then when we brought her in, she just took the song up to the next level and really made it like super cool and over the top. So yeah, good stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm a Gibson man too. Yeah,
Well,
you can't go wrong with a nice Gibson bass,
You really can't.
Right. So now, how did Tasha come into the band?
So we had actually played with her when she was in Saliva, and we chatted just briefly, but we kind of stayed in touch afterwards. When this project was coming up, this was, I guess, 2022, summer 2022.
Mm-hmm.
We were writing songs and all this stuff, and we said, we were kind of at that crossroads with the guys we were playing with, and we said, it would be really cool if, and we started thinking about who we'd want to bring in to play drums and who we wanted on vocals,
Mm-hmm.
and picking things around. We kept coming back to Tasha, reached out to her and said, hey, can we fly you in from LA to come in and record, and we'll see if it all works out, and if it does, you're on the album, and then we'll potentially tour and keep you around and all that good stuff. So yeah, it was great. She came in, it was just a breath of fresh air and just killed it. We all got along great, and the rest, they say, is history.
And how did you meet Chris?
So we met Chris. We went on tour with the Demon Flaw. We were out with those guys. We certainly spent a ton of time together. And I think the first time we brought it up, I'd come up with that riff for Whiskey back in 2021. And I had it on my phone. And I think we were like in an IHOP at like 4 a.m. or something. And I just played that riff a little bit. And I said, man, check this out. I could see you kind of, your growl and your style really working out with, where I see this going. And, we were kind of just joking around. We had a few beers after the show, and now we're stuffing our face with eggs and stuff. And, he was like, yeah. And as the tour just went on, we just kept talking and became better and better friends. And by the time, 2022, end of 2022, beginning of right before 23 rolled around, we just hit him up and said, man, you want to come in and do the record? And we sent him a bunch of the demos. And he's like, let's do it. And we told him we had Tasha on board, and he was excited and ready to go. And once again, the rest, they say, is history.
Let's hear another one. This is a song I think, from what you're telling me, has not been heard on radio or internet radio yet. So I have the honor of debuting this song, according to what you were telling me. It's called Darkness. Tell us just a little bit about this one.
This is a big rocker, man. It's got a great groove.
Mm-hmm.
It's got really good harmonies. E.T. is a fantastic backup singer. I sing badly, so you don't want to hear me very much, but we let him handle the good harmonies, right? But no, it's a great song. He came up with a great groove, and then the song is really about, just you can't break the spirit of somebody that just doesn't give an F.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, Chris really killed it on this. I mean, it's just aggressive. It's in your face, and it's over that cool groove, and then you got the big harmonies in the chorus, and we really love this song. So yes, debut on 97 Underground. Let's hit it.
Feel my soul. to wait one day just to fucking die.
Happy debut to Darkness there. That was really great. Again, another great song from you. Sounds kind of almost like a 90s influenced riff, kind of with some Black Sabbath in there almost, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, we love comparisons to great music like that. I mean, that's kind of what we came up on. You know, obviously early on, you know, we were all about, you know, the Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and all that good stuff. And I think when the 90s came around, the Alice in Chains, the Soundgarden, all that really kind of struck a chord. And that's kind of where the space we write in for this music. So.
Yeah, like I said, and I can kind of tell that those are your influences. Very much so, you know, especially vocally, I would say. You know, Chris he's got a great voice, and it does sound like it's very 90s influence there. He's got a very good, strong voice, but it's also like a very, it's not the over the top melodic high note kind of voice. It's just a very steady lower range, or mid range kind of voice. Really makes it work. And on some of the other songs I've heard too, there's some really great vocal tracks and harmonies and everything that kind of go along with what he's doing, and really killing it on this material here.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, when we first, you know, we obviously knew Flaw before we, you know, went on tour with them, and just, you know, spending time with them and hearing them do everything from sound checks to play night after night. We just started saying, look, I really think he's going to fit this music really well. And when he came in, he's got that perfect, like you said, he's got that really good mid range. He can hit some of the higher stuff. He can hit the lower stuff. And he's got that real good rock and roll, you know, that kind of growl, you know. And
yes.
It just works. It just works. It's great.
It really does. It really does. Well, we've got time to spin another song here. And this one is called Wild West. Do you want to tell us about this one?
Sure. Pretty, you know, basic message. It's for those that have felt disenfranchised or alienated. It's time to rise up, man. It's sort of one of our themes. You know, we kind of do a lot of stuff tongue in cheek with the whole alien stuff and all that, but it's really just about exploring new things and different things. And if you feel like you're stuck in the mud, man, do something else, you know, get up and fight for something else. So.
Time has come to write the fables for future humans to read if they're able. We were the quiet among the sheep. Now it's time to riot, so get on your feet. It's time to pull the shades up. Take off your true disguise.
it's been great having you today, and I appreciate you sharing your songs with us and allowing me to debut The Darkness. That was an honor, and I appreciate you coming to visit us today. Yep. So,
yeah, man, good stuff. Thank you.
So, tell us where we can find out more about the Odd Even. I guess give us your links and your social media and all that stuff.
Yeah, so the easiest thing is just go to theoddeven.com. There is every link you could possibly want, all your platforms, socials, all that good stuff. If you want to talk to us, you can send us an email from there. But yeah, I mean, we're on everything: TikTok, X, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. We're signed to Eclipse Records. A little Google search will find tons of different things and links to the Odd Even.
Well, folks, you heard it here, the Odd Even. Again, thank you, Weed, for coming to join us today. It was great to talk to you, and I'm sure our listeners really enjoyed hearing your material and everything. And keep your ears open for more Odd Even here on the Back of the Rack. We're going to slide one more in here for you from the Odd Even. This is called Whiskey. And Weed, thanks again for coming in to join us today, folks. Look them up. They're a great band. They've got plenty of great material out, not only this album, but two more. This is the Odd Even, Whiskey. And that was Whiskey by The Odd Even. And we want to thank Weed for coming in and joining us today. It was great to hear about the band, hear a little bit of band history, hear some of their material, some great stuff out there. So make sure you support The Odd Even. Go to their website, theoddeven.com, and there's articles, there's pictures, there's links to merchandise and their music. And they've got 2 other albums out besides this one. And, give those a listen as well. Remember to support our guests and support local and regional music, all of our guests that come on here. If you have material or something you'd like to submit to us, let me know, thebackoftherack97@gmail.com, and we'll talk about it. This is The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show on 97underground.com, Baltimore's Pure Rock Worldwide. We'll be back right after these words. Stick around for more stuff. And thanks again for listening to 97 Underground, the Michael Spedden Interviews, and we hope you enjoyed today's show. Remember, download the free app from 97underground.com so you can listen to us wherever you go. The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, can be heard on 97underground.com every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Listen anytime, anywhere.
Metal.
Worldwide Metal 24/7. 97underground.com.